Hey everyone, so I decided that I would go do a little bit of thrifting today, try to find some books. I just hit my first stop and the selection wasn't that great. A lot of the books look old, as if they were sitting on those shelves for quite a while. Nothing really looked fresh. I don't know. Obviously they're not going to be rows and rows of brand new books, but I didn't find anything here. The books that did interest me were a little bit more worn, and I'll take my chances just waiting it out and seeing if I can find something in a little bit better condition. So unfortunate that I found that copy of Tomorrow, but with no dust jacket, and again, just looking a little bit worse for the wear. This is actually the first time that I've been to this store. I only referenced the pictures online. I thought there were going to be more books to look at, but I've only been here for maybe, I don't know, 10-15 minutes. I also want to mention really quickly that it was so difficult to film in there. One, because I'm nervous. I haven't vlogged out in real life in such a long time, so bear with me as I put in a little bit more practice. But also the music was blaring. It was so loud I could barely hear myself think. We'll see how the next spot goes. Maybe I can warm up to a little bit more filming. All right, let's see what we can find. It's a very small section, but let's take our time and see what they got here. So first up, I see this copy of The House Across the Lake, but man, does it look worn. Okay, this is kind of exciting. I see a copy of A Man Called Ove. This spine has been through it. I do want to read this book though. For all the Rick Riordan fans, this is a nice looking copy of the Cancroft Chronicles, The Red Pyramid. I don't know too much about Rick Riordan, if I'm being honest. Elin Hilderbrand. I haven't read any of her books, but this is The 5-Star Weekend. $3. Also this copy of The Art of Racing in the Rain. $1. I actually really enjoyed this book, but gave away my copy at some point. Body Keeps Score. I've actually heard very good things about this book. $6 for this paperback copy. This full box set of the Hardy Boys. Truth be told, I haven't read it. I also saw that they had this copy of Ella Enchanted. I loved Ella Enchanted. I've never seen this cover though. Can we talk about how pretty this cover is? It seems like it's super YA, but what a gorgeous, pretty cover. A missing sister, a magical island, and a sprinkle of sorcery. How cute. Okay, so that was our second stop. It was so busy. I had a lot more fun going through the books. I think I also felt a little bit more comfortable, one, because I got a little bit of I was able to get some of my nerves out of the way at the first store. The great thing about the first place we went to, it was a Salvation Army. There weren't a lot of people, very quiet, and it wasn't that large. Same situation here, but it was so busy, and I think because there were so many people, I felt a little bit more comfortable talking out loud. I don't know. I tried to be brave this one. I didn't end up picking anything up here. I think we might try to go to a Goodwill now. I also want to check out my local library. Let's get on to our next location. Okay, we're at the next location. Oh my gosh, the toll. This is part of the series, the side series. It's interesting, we were the lucky ones. Look at that cover. That is really pretty. $2.95. All right, this is already looking so much more promising because look, book sale. It's freaking hot. I turned off the AC because I think earlier when I was recording, the fan was probably very distracting and not so pleasant. So I'll just do a quick update. I ended up stopping at one place that wasn't Goodwill. It was a veterans thrift store. I had never been there before. Book section was pretty interesting. I had a lot of fun going through the options there, but didn't find anything. To be honest, I was feeling pretty exhausted after that. Pretty much felt ready to go home. But I kind of talked myself into making one more stop, which was the library's bookstore, and I have never been in. It's a very small location, so I didn't end up filming inside, and there were other people, so I wanted to be mindful, but it was so much fun. I spent almost 40 to 45 minutes browsing their books. It scratched the itch for wanting to thrift books, and I think this will probably be my go-to spot to shop used books from now on, is my library. And it makes sense because the readers congregate here, and there's more selection. It's just more thoughtfully curated in a way. Someone was actually dropping off a box of books while I was there, and I kind of wanted to ask to go through it, but I was feeling a bit shy. And I think they have to go through the process of scanning and pricing them. I'm being so chatty, but before we drive off, before I turn on my AC and head on home, I did pick up a book, and I'm very excited about it. I found Red Rising. This is the first in the trilogy. I think the series in total has 7 books, if you include the prequel, which is The Son of Ares. I cannot believe I found this. It's so exciting. The book itself does have some wear. It's been loved, but I would say it's been gently loved. I can kind of tell by the freshness of the pages. And whoever read this before, they didn't crack the spine. Thank you. Thank you for being so kind to the spine. We really appreciate that. I paid $1.50 for this, and I was kind of hemming and hawing. This was the first book that I saw when I went in there, and I held it almost the entire time that I was there, looking through all the other books. And I was like, this $1.50 for a book that I rated 4 out of 5 stars, a book that I definitely want to have in my at-home library. That was more than a fair price. And when I went up to pay for it, the ladies there were so sweet. They gave me a heads up that on Saturdays, tomorrow actually, because I'm here on a Friday, Saturdays, every Saturday, they do their books half off. So I have to make it a point to get here on a Saturday just to look, just to see what they got going on. But I'm so jazzed. I have the physical copy of Red Rising to start the series. I'm so ecstatic. This makes the entire trip, all those thrift store trips leading up to the bookstore here, it makes it all worth it. I'm so excited. I walked away with this really wonderful experience. If I hadn't found this book at this bookstore at the library, I think I would have still felt like it was worth coming, because again, there were so many titles that stuck out to me that I was potentially interested in. I think it's now time to turn on the AC because it's so hot. Now I'm feeling a little bit delirious. Or is it the dizziness from the excitement of finding this book? I think I'll wrap up here. Thank you so much for watching my first little thrift book haul. I just thought it would be fun. Thought it would be fun to go out and search for some gently loved books and to see if there was anything to add to my collection. I'm sorry. Red Rising by Pierce Brown. So excellent. And the thing is, words, they escape me, but the words are here, and they come together to make a really riveting story. And now I can go home and add it to my bookshelf. I'm ready to go home and see my baby. All right, with so much love and gratitude. Thank you again for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.